Hello everyone and welcome back to Pulse 24. I'm your host, Nate, and I'm ready to dive headfirst into the wild world of tech. This week, we're looking at AI shaking up education, AI stepping into the doctor's office, and Nvidia's relentless march towards a $4 trillion valuation. It's a big one. And to help me make sense of it all, I'm thrilled to welcome back Dr. Anya Sharma, our resident AI guru. Anya, welcome.
Thanks, Nate. Always a pleasure to be back on Pulse 24, ready to unravel some tech mysteries.
Fantastic. So let's kick things off with story number one. Google is putting Gemini AI into schools. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Homework will be a breeze, right? Just ask Gemini to write your essay for you.
Well, Nate, while I appreciate your enthusiasm, it's a bit more nuanced than that. Google is integrating Gemini into its education suite to help teachers create interactive study guides and personalized quizzes. It's more about augmenting learning, not replacing it.
Okay, so it's not Skynet taking over the classroom. But still, isn't there a risk of kids becoming overly reliant on AI and not developing their own critical thinking skills?
That's a valid concern, Nate, and Google seems to be aware of it. They've included AI literacy resources and fact-checking to promote responsible use. Plus, they have stricter content policies for users under 18 to prevent inappropriate responses. The goal is to provide safe AI tools that empower students.
So it's like giving them a super-powered calculator, but with training wheels.
Exactly. It can generate vocabulary lists, create diagrams, and personalize quizzes. Think of it as a personalized learning assistant, but the teacher is still in charge.
All right, I'm cautiously optimistic. Now let's move on to our next story. Microsoft has launched an AI diagnosis tool. Are we about to see AI replace doctors too? Should I start looking for a new career?
Hold your horses, Nate. While the headlines might sound alarming, this tool is designed to assist healthcare professionals, not replace them. It analyzes patient data to suggest potential diagnoses and treatment options.
Okay, but how accurate is it? I wouldn't want an AI misdiagnosing me with like a rare Martian disease.
Well, Microsoft claims that in a test against experienced physicians, their AI Diagnostic Orchestrator, or MAI-DXO, achieved 85.5% diagnostic accuracy, whereas the doctors only hit the mark 20% of the time.
Wow, those are some impressive numbers, but I imagine the doctors had access to other resources and weren't operating in isolation. Still, it sounds like it could really speed things up and help doctors make more informed decisions.
Precisely. And it's already being used in Madrid's public healthcare system to diagnose rare symptoms. Plus, it doesn't store personal data, so there are privacy safeguards in place.
Okay, so AI is becoming a super-powered assistant for doctors too. I'm starting to see a pattern here. And finally, let's talk about Nvidia. Their stock is going through the roof, and they're racing towards a $4 trillion market cap. Is this just hype, or is there something real behind all the excitement?
Nate, the hype is real, but it's also backed by some serious substance. Nvidia's GPUs are essential for training AI models, and the demand for AI is only going to keep growing. They are powering this revolution.
So they're basically selling the picks and shovels in the AI gold rush.
That's a great analogy. And they're not just selling hardware. They're expanding into software and cloud services too, which is creating even more value for investors.
I see. So is there any end in sight? Could they actually hit that $4 trillion valuation?
Analysts seem to think so. Some are even predicting they could reach $6 trillion by 2028. Of course, there are always risks like competition and geopolitical factors, but right now Nvidia is sitting pretty at the top of the AI food chain.
Well, I should have bought stock years ago. Okay, Anya, let's move on to our lightning round. Quick takes, rapid-fire opinions. Ready?
Bring it on, Nate.
First up, the Senate is considering a pause on state-level AI regulations. Good idea or a terrible one?
Tricky one, Nate. A unified approach could foster innovation, but a pause might stifle necessary safeguards. I'm leaning towards caution.
Okay, fair enough. Next, AI voice cloning scams are on the rise. Should we all just stop answering our phones?
Definitely be careful, but don't disconnect just yet. Verify requests through trusted channels and enable multi-factor authentication. Common sense goes a long way.
Solid advice. Anya, thanks so much for joining me today and shedding some light on these crazy tech stories.
My pleasure, Nate. Always a fun time.
And that's all the time we have for today, folks. Remember to tune in next Thursday for another episode of Pulse 24. Until then, stay curious, stay informed. See you next time.